What's up, guys? Coming to you, talk to you about all the comics that I got at Comicon. So, the video me and Lewis made yesterday, I'll link it at the end, but it's still editing, so I was hoping to have it posted by now, but since it's still editing, I figured I'd make a video and show you some of the comics that I got at Comicon. I'm pretty excited about these. So the main ones is this stack here. So these are all Green Arrow from the 80s. So you know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, that I have issues 1 through 50, and then from Mike Grell, and Mike Grell wrote all the way to the 80s, I think to 80, and then I think 81. A guy named Dixon picked it up. So, like, if you look at this issue, which is one I got yesterday, it's issue 66, and you'll notice it's by Grell and a couple other people, and you can kind of see his drawing is a lot more the artwork in his series is a lot more classic, you should say. So the artwork on here is going to look very classic, very artsy, very fun artwork. But then if you look at some of the newer stuff, which is done by somebody else, it's very comic booky, very flashy, very cartoony, and so the inside isn't that much different, but the outside covers are. So although I really love this cover, I wanted to show you. That's just a really cool cover, and that's by somebody else. So really cool stuff going on. Yeah, so I love it. Anyways, yeah, it's cool. You kind of, one of the issues has Deathstroke. One of the issues I got has not Green Arrow, Catwoman, and that's a cool Catwoman costume, I think. I like her better, that look. There was one that we saw that I was like, whoa, that's really cool. Let's see. But a lot of this is actually Connor Hawke. So Ollie dies, I think. Spoiler. I know, it's like 100 years ago. It wasn't that long. Let's see, this is 94. This is 25 years ago. He dies in issue 100, supposedly. So after 100, you end up getting Connor Hawke. And so I only got a few with Ollie, and the rest of them are all Connor Hawke. And I wasn't sure that I was actually going to go this far. It's about to fall. But I thought, but when he had all these, man, it was a jackpot. I didn't, like I said, I didn't think I was going to collect this far into the series because Grell's no longer on it, but I couldn't pass it up. I mean, it's a great deal. Look at that cover. That's really cool. They've got a throwback here with a Green Arrow, Green Lantern. Instead of Hal and Ollie, it's Connor and Kyle. So that's really cool. This is 125th anniversary. Really neat. I'm excited about that one. Here's a pretty cool, it's kind of a throwback to Ollie's run. Some of the series. Here's a cool one. It's got the JLA. So that's really neat. And then this one has Green Arrow and Hal Jordan, so that's pretty cool. It's right side up there, either way you look at it. So the main bulk is by who is it? Dixon. It's picked up by, oh man, what's his name? Let's see, sorry, I've got these all out of order now. Trying to get it back. Alright, it's over here. So, Dixon picks up in the 90s. Dooley, he does a little bit. And then Puckett. This one's cool. It's got Ollie. It's got Barry. Actually, that might be Wally at that period. And Wally was 90s, I think. So that is Barry. And then you've got Martian Manhunter, and you got Wonder Woman. So that's really cool. Right, this goes on the bottom of this. So really cool stuff. I'm really excited. Got some cool Connor Hawk covers. I like this one. It's got Tim and Connor, so that's really cool. So I'm really excited about that. It's a lot more than I thought I would go, but really cool. So these are some others. Half of these Lewis recommended. If you watch the other video first, then you'll hear me talking about how Lewis will just like hand you stuff and be like, you need to buy this, get this now, this is awesome, this is great. And dude, I put back half of what he gave me, and I still ended up with this. Some of them I got. Okay, so let me show you some of the things. So I found Hulk. Lewis, this one Lewis gave me. He says this is gives you an origin of Hulk, which is really cool. A retelling of the story. I just saw the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I thought was pretty neat. Just about to try to find them again. Not sure why they're in here, but probably just a not a cameo, an ad or something. I could have sworn I saw a turtle. There we go. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I found that funny. Okay, so got that. What else we got? So got the 75th of Teen Titans. So that's pretty cool. I don't think I have this one. This is after Miss Martian comes, and we got Blue Beetle. I love that Wonder Girl. Cassie is leading. Not sure who that is. Looks like we got Static. I think that's who that is. Static Shock, maybe. I'm not sure who this lady is either. So, yep. Ooh, Raven. That's cool. I like Raven. And Beast Boy. Let's go. Okay. I'm not going to waste your time with that. Trying to find out who that is. Lewis would be like, oh, this is this. That's my impression of Lewis. Alright, so I got Batman Plastic Man Christmas Special. I thought that was really cool. The Night the Mob Stole Christmas. That's funny. I love it. Okay. And then I got a Nightwing issue where Batman shows up. So it's a team up. Plus it's 80s Nightwing. I love it. Or it could be 90s. Nope, 87. That was before Tim Drake even showed up. This is another one Lewis said this is a good issue, so I was like, okay, I trust you. Alright, I got Mark Waid Flash, back when Mark Waid was awesome. And this is I think Barry Allen, kind of weird chin there, but, you know, it's better on the inside. Bigger on the inside. It's kind of an origin. It's got a bunch of Wally, got some Bart Allen. When I saw both of them were on the cover, I was like, gotta have that. So that's exciting. Then I got a Green Lantern issue with Kyle, and he's got Donna Troy. Apparently this is like their breakup issue. But I wanted like some issues where you kind of see the two of them together, because apparently they dated, and I love both of the characters, so thought that'd be interesting. Lewis said it was good. Alright, so this is something I found I was really excited about. Lewis was a little jealous when I found this. And this is a small series of 12 issues, it looks like, of JLA Year 1. And he had all of these in the 50-cent bin. It's 12 issues of JLA Year 1. That is really cool. So you see on the front, you got Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, Barry Allen, and Well, there's Hal Jordan. I'm just kind of looking at it now, and Black Canary. I'm guessing that's supposed to be Superman. And just really cool. You see solid 5 of them right there. Let's see here. Try to keep this in order. So apparently it's just like the 5 of them, but it eventually ends up with the whole group there. So that's pretty cool. I'm excited about this series. And it's cool to kind of see like the lesser heroes, you know, without Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. You kind of see the other heroes there. So that's really cool. And they added Black Canary. I thought that was a great choice. So I mean, she's totally an awesome Justice League member. All right, and then Lewis found this one for me. Said that I should get it. This is Justice League. Apparently, all the Justice League gets incapacitated, and Booster Gold is the last one to save them all. He said this is a hilarious issue, so I'm excited about that one. Love me some Booster Gold. All right, he said this is a good issue. Like I said, Lewis just hands you stuff and says, buy this. Like, I can't buy all this. Fantastic Four, #1. So this is apparently a really good issue, really fun, bringing the Fantastic Four back. So not the first time the Fantastic Four has been taken out and then brought back. All right, this one I almost didn't get because it, again, like I'm a huge DC guy, but I do like some of Marvel. But I'm a huge DC guy, so usually if I'm choosing between the two, I'm choosing DC. But this is a Marvel I got. It's a reprint of 4 different issues, which is the first appearances of these 4 characters: Wolverine, Rogue, Gambit, and Mr. Sinister. And so it's reprinted all 4 of those first issues. And so I was like, that would be really cool. That would be worth keeping. And so it's really thick. That's pretty exciting. 50 cents. I mean, that's awesome. All right, so I was really excited about this series. It's a 6-issue run of Connor Hawke in the Dragon's Blood, and so I'm excited about that. It was in a pack. Pretty excited. In a 50-cent bin right there. Boom. All right, so this one was really cool. So Marvel versus DC. So I might have to do a video just on this comic. So there's 3 other issues to this, where the DC Justice League fights the Marvel Avengers, and so you can see Superman punching the Hulk, and you see Storm fighting Wonder Woman. You can see Spider-Man fighting Connor Kent, and Batman, Captain America, Lobo, Wolverine. So pretty cool. This is just issue 3, and again, I haven't read any of the others, but Lewis is like, yeah, this is the issue that they all fight. So they all talk. Oh, and Robin's in here. It looks like Robin and is either fighting or fighting against Jubilee, which is really fun. I really like that. That's really fun. It looks like Kyle Rayner's in here, and he's fighting Silver Surfer. That's pretty fun. And then we have Elektra versus Catwoman. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see here. Don't really understand some of this. Probably because I haven't read the whole thing. Of course, Wolverine versus Lobo. There's some fun stuff in there. Yeah, I'm not going to show that because she doesn't have a lot of clothes on. Wonder Woman. Oh, that's a better. She has more clothes on here. Thank the Lord. Wonder Woman versus Storm. Connor Kent versus Spider-Man. That's a really interesting battle. And then finally, the one we're all been waiting for, Mullet Superman versus Hulk. That's really cool. You can guess who's going to win. Let me know in the comics who you think is going to win, and I'll answer you later. You might already know. You might already know. And then Batman versus Captain America. That should really really interesting. Who wins there? So, yeah. Anyways, so that's really cool. I guess that's all of them. And then that's really weird. Apparently, there's this other universe that shows up, and it looks like it's got like all the heroes put together. So like Captain Superman, Wolverine, Batman, Doctor Strange, Doctor Fate. I don't even know what that is. And that's looks like Robin, Spider-Man. And then yeah, it's a little crazy. You can kind of look there. You can pause and look. Tell me if you recognize some of them like this. I think one of them's Bullseye. I think one of those is I don't even know. I think one of them is blanking on the name. It's one of Lewis's favorite. Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler meets somebody. Maybe Beast Boy. I'm not sure what that's. I think that's supposed to be Gambit meets something. Storm meets Wonder Woman. That's really cool. That's a cool costume right there. And somebody meets Doctor Doom. Oh, Doomsday beats Doctor Doom. That makes sense. I forget the name of this guy, but he's the hunter. He's the cheetah, I think. Yeah, so if I missed something, let me know. But I can't get over it. Like Storm's outfit, she looks great in Wonder Woman's costume right there. That's really cool. Anyways, alright, so that's that issue. That was a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. Alright, so I have this other series. Where are the other ones? There should be more in here. Okay, there we go. Got it. Alright, so I have this, Lewis gave me the wedding of Green Arrow and Black Canary because he knows how big of a Green Arrow fan I am. And Green Arrow, Ollie and Dinah's relationship is one of my favorites in comics. So, and we might have to do a video sometime on like our favorite relationships in comics. So if you're interested, let me know in the comments. Anyway, so right after that, if you read that issue where they're where they have the wedding, you see it like everybody's there, and then like somebody crashes it, and it leads into this cliffhanger. So it's like, oh man, like I got to get this issue. So I found it, and what it is it's a splash page cover of two, and you want to buy the two different covers so that you can get the whole picture. See if I can get it matched up perfectly there. And this is a lot more difficult than it looks. Boom! That is really cool. It's got like so many villains. So many villains. So I got both of them. They're 50 cents. I was like, for $1, you know, whatever. I can collect that, and that's just a really cool poster. Now, so that was cool, and then I got the next one, which is the follow-up issue. So I'll be interested to see where that goes. There's one more in the story that we didn't find. We looked everywhere, didn't find. 7 hours into it, couldn't find it. Anyways, so then I got Justice League of America number 0. And so this really just kind of tells the story of how the Justice League got put together. So I think that's really cool. I have a feeling that this is going to feel a little bit like the awesome parts of what's it called, of Batman vs Superman, where you have like the Trinity kind of meeting each other before they find out who each other is. Should be interesting. Alright, I was super excited about this one. This is going to be a little odd for maybe some of you, but as soon as I saw the cover, I was like, I've got to have that issue. And this is Star Wars Tales of the Jedi, and it's the third of 5. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, dude, that's the issue I'm getting. And so this is Naomi Sunrider. She's one of the most powerful Jedi who has ever lived. And dude, I am so excited about this one. I wish they had all of them, but yeah, I am so excited. And so her husband is a Jedi. Just a brief history. Her husband is a Jedi. He dies, and that's this cover right here. And then she picks up his lightsaber and takes their child and flees. And so that's kind of what this issue is, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't read it, actually, so I just know about her. And so she's trying to escape from whatever killed her husband. And so, actually, it kind of looks like he either dies in this issue or in the previous one. Oh, okay. Spoiler alert, he dies in this issue. She picks up his lightsaber and defends him. Of course, he's a Force ghost, so that's really cool. And awesome. And then becomes one of the greatest Jedi to ever live. Boom. This was in a 50-cent bin. 50-cent bin. What in the world? Somebody doesn't know their history of Star Wars. And Disney, look. You want a strong, powerful woman? Tell this story. One of the greatest Jedi to ever live, and you won't even tell that. Come on. Alright, anyways. Robin number 3. So, like I said in the last video, if you watched it already, the video of my top 10 superheroes, spoiler alert, Tim Drake is tied for first for my favorite superhero ever. I loved Robin. I've loved Robin for a long time. And if you want to see who the other person is, watch that video. You might already have guessed, but I love Tim Drake. I love Tim Drake. And I almost bought this entire run yesterday. If I had had another $20 that I could, allot to spending money, I would have totally bought it. But I've only got so much money, so I can't just spend frivolously on comic books as much as I would love to. So, anyways, we found this one. It was the only one that I actually kept, and Robin, or the only one I actually bought, because he had like 30 of just Robin, and I would have gotten it, but I just couldn't. I really hated it. They were all 50 cents. But this is the first appearance of Spoiler. If you don't know who Spoiler is, she's the, man. I'm tired. I'm blanking on her name. Stephanie Brown. And so you can kind of see her here at the end. So that's really cool. She's like, I didn't hurt you, did I? And he's like, not yet, you haven't. I don't know. But anyway, so I was really excited about that because that's the first time she becomes Spoiler. She was already Robin at one point, or maybe she becomes Robin later. I'm not sure, but he knows Stephanie. I think she's in a few other issues. Maybe I'll have to look that up. Anyways, next I have Green Lantern number 1. This was by somebody, but it's got all three of the big heroes, guys, John and Hal, in one issue. So that's pretty cool. So 50 cents, right? And then this one is the 50th anniversary of Alan Scott. I love Alan Scott. I feel like he's underused, so I was like, gotta get that one. So that's cool. Plus it's got some of the other guys in it. So that's cool. This is a collector set that I found. It had all of the Joker's Wild first issue variants in it. So this is really cool. It's got all these little cards in them from the Joker's Wild series, and I got some of them a while back, but now I've got like all the variants for issue 1. So that's really cool. 50 cents. Alright, I'm almost done. Next I got Action Comics number 546, and it's guest starring the new Teen Titans. Love me some new Teen Titans, so I'm excited about that one. And then I've got Starman and Plastic Man and Adventure Comics, so that's really cool. I love me some Plastic Man. I like Starman too. I like Stargirl better. She's a lot more interesting, but I like him too. Alright, and then Year 1 Green Lantern. Lewis said this is a really good issue. Apparently Hal and Kyle end up switching bodies, and so I think that's really interesting. I don't know what my computer is doing. That's really weird. Camera's kind of doing something funky. Anyways, so Hal and Kyle switch bodies, and apparently Kyle gets a chance to save his girlfriend that he didn't get to save in the original run. So should be interesting. Should be interesting. So I'm pretty excited about that. But you can see like Hal's wearing Kyle's uniform and Kyle's wearing Hal's uniform. So it's subtle, but you can tell that they're wearing each other's uniforms just because Hal Jordan is, just creates his normal thing. And then the last thing. Alright. I saw Lewis pick this up, and then I saw that they had 2 copies of it. I was like, I'm getting that. And it is Martian Manhunter series. It's a 3-issue book of Martian Manhunter. 50 cents, man. 50 cents. I was like, dude, I forgot. Yeah, yes. I like me some Martian Manhunter. And look at this artwork. I'm just going to say, look at this artwork. That is good. That is really good. This is one of the things I'm going to be reading this week. Faux show. So it should be good. Looks like he spends it's kind of a detective series, which is perfect for Martian Manhunter. He should be a detective more than not. So I'm excited about this. Should be really good. Nope, this goes on top. So should be a lot of fun. I really like Martian Manhunter. They don't really use him these days, so I'm just like, gotta get my Martian Manhunter feel somehow, And when they use him kind of wimpily. He's a wimp. That's what I'm trying to say. He's a wimp. Can't speak right now. Anyways, so those are the comics I got. I'm pretty excited. Let me know what you think. And yeah, so I will catch you next time. Peace.